Well, hello there guys. Welcome to another week-long video all about running the eBay store. This week we did a ton of really cool stuff. We got a ton of listings up. We did some really good sourcing, made some connections in that space we'll be able to use going on in the future to get more inventory. Additionally, we were able to ship out a whole bunch of stuff, made a lot of sales, and overall it was a really productive week. I want to jump right into it here guys with what sold, but before we get into that, I want to remind you guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would highly recommend that you do that because we have new videos coming out every couple days now, which is pretty exciting. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below any questions, suggestions you have, and with that, let's jump right into what sold. So starting out on Monday here guys, we had quite a few sales coming in. As you can see, a pretty good stack of games here overall, quite a few good titles, and in addition to that, we actually had a couple units that we sold. We sold this one, I think it was a Cisco unit for a few dollars, and then additionally we sold a VTech phone here, so not too bad there at all. Just a couple sales to go out on Monday. Later on that day, I began working on some of the video games that we were going to try to get listed, and it was just a few of the extra ones that have been sitting in the death pile that I hadn't tackled yet. These were the 3 Xbox ones with the bad stickers on them. In addition, all the PS2 games that we hadn't touched yet. Now, unfortunately, these weren't in the best condition. As you guys know, my death pile was mainly made up of games that were sitting on the JFJ rack, so we actually had quite a bit of work here to get through them all. As you can see, a lot of them had some bad scratches on the discs, which was not great. And I just had to sit there and JFJ through them all. It took quite a bit of time, but we did manage to get it done. And it was just a matter of simply going through all of the cases and cleaning up them, taking all the stickers off them, making sure the discs were all clean, running through the consoles, making sure they were all tested. And I just sort of did that for the entire morning and leading into the afternoon until somebody showed up at my door. So guys, my testing may have been interrupted, but actually I had just wrapped up the very last game and Erval showed up. He asked if we wanted to go to Value Village. So we're at Value Village right now. We're gonna go and see what we can find. It's gonna be a very exciting day. Yeah,
let's make some money. That's what.
Let's make some money. Yeah, let's go do it. So guys, that one was a total bust. I've never seen shelves that empty. So that was a real fail. We're gonna try, I think, a different one.
Yeah, we're gonna try. At least I think we're going to Value Villages if we have time today. But you know, we got a car, we got time.
Let's see what we can find. Okay, well guys, that was unexpected. We just stopped in at a local buy-sell shop just because they are pretty chill there, and I've been there a few times for some random stuff, but never to buy inventory. But we walked by a bin of discounted games, and Erval was like, well, why don't we ask them if they could do a deal? And they had some good games in there. Like, we were seeing Black Ops 2 and Rocksmith and a bunch of good titles. So we were like, $5, we should just buy these. And they were like, well, maybe if we bought a whole bunch, they give us a deal. So we said, what if we bought 200 games? We made that offer. And they said, we'll do $350 a piece, which is not the best price in the world. But, you know, for the stuff we were getting, we said, okay, that could be reasonable. Went through it knowing that price probably didn't pick up as much as we normally would, but we got all the best stuff and we ended up with about 85-90 games in total there for $350 a piece. So
it's pretty good.
It's pretty darn good. It's definitely going to help, but hopefully this can be sort of a source of inventory or extra stuff in the future. Pretty excited about that.
It's local, which is the best part.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was that, guys. We got interrupted by Erval in the middle of our testing, but I wasn't complaining. We actually ended up making a great connection there for some future games that we're going to be able to hopefully purchase off of them. And I've already kind of set up some stuff with the guys. We're going to get them our card, and hopefully when they get more game lots in, they can reach out to us and we can get a good deal going. But with all that said, it was time for me to get back to testing. We had a couple more games to test, and then it was right into getting some photographs done. So I ran through all the games. The stack had actually dwindled down quite a bit here, guys, by the end. I mean, we had a lot of games out of that lot that didn't end up working. So I just went through and photographed the ones that did work, obviously. For the ones with the Xboxes, I ended up switching the stickers on those, or switching the cases on those so they don't have the same stickers. So luckily, that was how I dealt with them. If I didn't have extra cases, I really would have struggled to get those stickers off. So I'm glad I went about it that way. I also had these shoes sitting around for a little bit, which were kind of driving me nuts. So I decided just to draft them and list them then and there as well. Okay, guys, so I just wrapped up listing a whole bunch of games. These 28 games right here, and the stack dwindled down quite a bit. We actually had quite a bit more when we started, but most of them are over here now. I think it's all these PS2 games down here, that one Xbox game. All this stuff here, it was all stuff that didn't work, or I couldn't get JFJ'd, or had such bad ring scratches that it just wasn't worth it. But that was expected because it was all stuff that was all just sitting here that had to be refurbished. But check this out. Look at the pile now that we've got going on of games that all need to just be liquidated. They're all just not working. Probably going to steal some cases and do a couple swaps or whatever. But for the most part, that's going to be an eBay option in the new year. So we'll get rid of that stuff. And these are all just empty cases. I'll probably hold on to those. A little depressing to see that many empty cases. I'm not sure how that happened. It was mainly just mismatched, you know, games or whatever and other things over the years, but still, it's concerning. But we'll just hold on to them and probably make an inventory of them or something. And then when we get a loose game, we can just fill them up. So it's not a big deal. But yeah, the 28 games that we listed today got listed for a total of $263.72. Not too bad there at all. And of course, working our way up on the listing total, we are within 100, maybe, I don't know, what is it, like 80 left between us roughly. So not too bad there at all. And again, 1840 in total. And for one more fun update, we have now hit 2,500 active listings, which is very exciting. It's Wednesday now, guys. The time really flies during these weeks, and it's pretty crazy to see how little stuff can get done sometimes when I'm distracted and doing other stuff. We did get all those PS2 and Xbox games listed yesterday, but it's time to move on to pulling and packing orders today, which actually took me quite a bit of time. Unfortunately, on Wednesday, I really didn't get anything done other than getting these orders packed, but let's go ahead and take a look at what we ended up packing up. So as you guys can see here, two pretty good stacks. The stack on the left was all sold to one buyer, and that's this stack right here, with a couple good titles in there. I don't know, nothing special. I think it was like a $50 or $60 international order there. So that one went out. And again, a couple loose discs on the top, not too bad at all. And then this stack here were all individual sales that we made. A couple that you might recognize from the death pile that we had just recently gone through, but overall, nothing special there. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, that was it for Wednesday. I had a whole bunch of other stuff going on, doing shoots and other business activities, whatever, doing some trading. So unfortunately, I didn't get around to any more listings that day. But Thursday came around, and that day ended up being really productive. So I'm just about to go ahead and start working through the games we picked up at the pawn shop earlier this week, but I want to show you guys what we picked up and why I think it was worth it. So as you guys can see, I actually don't have too many of them here. Most of them ended up going with Airval to his place because I still have a lot of work to do here. I've got a lot of loose games to go through and things, but I said I'd take a few of them here and start to work on them. But as you can see, I mean, we got pretty good things. Keep in mind that we paid $3.50 each, but we were able to select through and pick the games that we wanted. And most of these are going to be worth it. But most importantly, what we were really trying to do at this place was build a relationship. So obviously, we're not going to get the best rate the first time that we go, but ideally, as we buy more stuff and, you know, take a little bit of the bad stuff and a little bit of the good stuff, each time we can get a slightly better rate. We got Black Ops 2. I mean, that's going to be $15 to $20, but we also, you know, have, what's a good example? Actually, there's some pretty good games in here. Let me see. Like, I don't know, is Little Big Planet a big one? I think a lot of these actually are pretty good, but there will be a game or two in here, like Modern Warfare. That's what, $6-7. Resistance 2, I think, is like a $5-6 game. So there's a few of them in here that are just gonna be real break evens, but for the most part, we're gonna do okay on these. Now, I've just noticed that obviously these have stickers on them from the shop, and I think this entire listing process is gonna come down to how easy those are to take off of here, because this could be brutal. So yeah, not too much going on today, but that's what I'm going to try to get through right now. And unfortunately, guys, the sticker process sucked. Those things were on there so good. I had such a tough time getting these all off. And when I'm taking stickers off, guys, I just like, that's the one thing that I really don't like about this business and doing this kind of stuff. It's one thing that I'm considering all the time stopping to do, especially for some of the lower end games, but I have such a hard time with it. It's not like, you know, taking the stickers off increases the price that we're getting for the games, but it certainly helps them sell through and will help somebody pick our games over the competitors. So I continue to do it, but it's definitely just a time-consuming activity, and I just don't enjoy it that much. But anyway, we did manage to get all the stickers off of all these cases. It took quite a bit of time. Well, I just took all the stickers off these cases, guys, and I decided just for fun, I thought I was going to time it just to see how long it took, especially because we are, you know, paying up on these games. I want to make sure that our hours are going to be worth it if we're doing this kind of deal. And I was surprised to figure out when I timed it, it actually took me 57 minutes and 50 seconds to take all the stickers off. Absolutely ridiculous just for that pile there. So I don't know, maybe there's a solution to this in the future that we need to find out. Maybe we only take off the stickers on the front of the cases, or maybe we only do certain value games, or maybe we just leave them all on in general. I really don't know, but this is not good. I mean, you think about what a sticker does in terms of the benefit of the sale, it really doesn't increase the sell price. I'm not going to get more for this game because it doesn't have a sticker on it, but I will be able to sell it faster because people might pick this one over somebody else's that has a sticker on it. So it would definitely increase the sell-through rate. However, is it going to be worth increasing the sell-through rate if I had to spend that much time to get the sticker off, or is it worth it for me to spend that time listing more stuff to therefore sell more stuff? I'm not sure, but this feels like a lot of work. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead now and run through real quick and test them. I am hoping that none of these need to go through the JFJ Easy Pro right now, because that was a lot of work on its own. And if they all had to be refurbished, for example, which judging by what I've seen so far, they won't, but if they did, this would be a real big loss. So let's see how long it takes here to get these guys all tested, and then we'll move on to getting them up on eBay. All right, well, we just wrapped up testing all of these games here, and these 2 stacks right here worked, and we had a couple problems over here. By the way, 39 minutes and 10 seconds roughly to test all those guys. So less time to test them than it took to take the stickers off. Absolutely brutal. Anyway, yeah, still was a little bit longer than I was hoping for, but for the most part, the discs were in good shape. These ones were, the PS3 was as you'd expect, they're a little bit better, but actually the Xbox 360 stuff was all perfect. This stuff that had some issues. And actually, one of the Xbox 360 games I refurbished. Anyway, over here, a couple of issues. This game right here had a copy of NBA in it that didn't work, so that wasn't good. Which kind of sucks because I wanted to sell that game. This actually had a game in it. This was this game right here, and that works fine, so that doesn't count. I'm just saving that case as an extra. This one, though, disappointed me because this had nothing in it. I should have checked it in the store because I absolutely could have, so it's not really their fault. But yeah, we bought Black Ops 2 without having a game in it, so I just basically spent $350 on a case. I basically spent $350 on these 2 cases. I mean, that one we got a game out of, but whatever. Okay, let's move on here, guys, to getting all these guys listed because I don't have much time left and I want to get these done today. So quick update, guys. I just actually got all the games here listed on eBay, and that ended up taking about 45 minutes to do the listing. So 45 minutes for listing, 45 minutes for testing, about an hour, we'll just call it, for the sticker removal, even though that was kind of ridiculous, but whatever. And then maybe, well, let's call it 50 minutes for the sticker removal, which is what it was, and then extra 10 minutes for photographs. So overall, that means that we spent, let's call it an hour and then 45 minutes. That's 2.5 hours roughly to get all those games listed. And in total, we listed them 33 games for $343.67, which just covers our cost for the entire lot that we bought, which is pretty solid. So basically all the work that I did there was just to cover the cost, and now anything that Erval will list from this lot, because he's got the rest of the stuff, will be in the profit, which is exciting. Not necessarily, we have some fees and stuff that we had to pay, so we'll need a couple extra games or whatever to actually pay back what we spent. But they're good titles. Like overall, some of them were up, you know, to the the highest title we had, $27.99, $18.99, $17.99, $11.99, $12.99, $19.99. So some high-end titles for sure, like some slightly better ones with some good sell-through rates. So I'm not too concerned. I think they're going to sell really well, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to move them quickly and again move this relationship forward, hopefully purchase some more games off of this supplier. And guys, with that stuff all wrapped up, that was actually Thursday done, and now it's Friday when I'm recording this video, and that's everything that's going to be included in this week. Hopefully moving forward on these sort of week-long videos, if you guys like this format, what I can do is actually start them a little bit earlier or whatever and break down everything that happens every day. But I think for our first week here, this was a pretty good success. Again, super happy with the progress that we're making. Additionally, Erval was going through and doing a bunch of listings as well throughout the week, which was obviously helping us boost the numbers. And of course, we are still looking to come back in that challenge that we have, our little friendly competition where I'm trying to get the most listings. But overall, I mean, pretty successful listing week if you ask me. Again, very happy with the progress, happy with the connections that we made, and just happy to start another new week here with even more listings, hopefully. All right, so that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And again, maybe enjoyed this new format, maybe you didn't. Let me know down below what you think. And with that, we're gonna kind of end things here. Leave a like on it again if you enjoyed it. Comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys all in the next video.